Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a sit down and talk about why I myself actually went and bought the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, as you guys probably have seen a lot on my channel, on social media, articles, wherever it might go and be, there's been a lot of discourse, conversation, basically, hopefully at this point, a lot more nicer comments on why the PS5 Pro is seeming very cool. Now, if you guys do remember when the PS5 Pro was first announced, there was a lot of basically skepticism, a lot of critiques on why people would buy it. And I will go and stand by very strongly that I was one of the people on the very first day that I was excited to go get the console. Now, I do think it's a little bit on the expensive side, and I do want to say a high level before we do fully dive into this video itself. It is a niche product. It is a little bit expensive. If you already have a PS5, you don't necessarily need to go get it. At the same time, if you have a PC, you may even have slightly better specs, or maybe you're an Xbox guy, Switch guy, handheld guy, whatever it might be. I understand that completely, so don't kind of take that away from, I guess, my overall critiques on it, but I want to give you guys my overall thoughts of why I myself decided to go and splurge and go get a PS5 Pro, and I would love to hear your thoughts and comments if you guys agree, disagree, or anything else in between. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, because we have been doing a lot of PS5 Pro coverage. I have been seeing actually a lot of comments too as well on the channel itself, so if you guys have not been minding, typically for me, there's ever kind of a new influx of new viewers or subscribers, I kind of have to read the comments to have to give myself like a day or two to kind of adjust, because I do make so many videos, so I have been seeing a little bit of feedback on the videos themselves, and I have been taking note of that, so just keep in mind for future videos. And of course, as well, I just appreciate all the brand new subscribers to the channel itself, especially for all the PlayStation console news. We do a lot of gaming news on the channel itself, so I'm glad to actually have you guys here, and I'll try to maybe go step up a few different things too as well, but do bear in mind I also have a normal job, stream on Twitch and YouTube, so I am just trying my best. So thank you guys at least for caring in the first place. Subscribe if you just want the PS5 Pro giveaway with the second channel, Twitters and Twitch down below, and of course all the affiliate links in case you guys do want to pick up any consoles, link down below. And of course I want to hear your thoughts and feedback and everything down below. So we have a few kind of cool things to go and dive on in. I'm going to put a little bit of gameplay over here too as well from Digital Foundry from the F1 game in case you just want to see a little bit of comparisons to the Pro and all that stuff in the background. So shout out to them. I just want to give you guys a little something to go watch in the background over here. Also, this is still, I think, a 720p video. I've had a few 1080p comments, or at least 4K comments. Completely understand. Kind of more stuff with this on your second monitor as I go and sit here and I go and yap. But one kind of big thing I want to go note is that for me, when I try to get my PS5 Pro, it is a little bit of a niche product. I completely understand that not everyone will either want to go and splurge out the extra $700 or maybe even more if you get a disk drive or in a different region, and as well, some people may be okay with their PS5s. But for me, first and foremost, I'm a big tech guy. I do like the idea of brand new tech. That's why I have a YouTube video talking about it. So myself, I don't mind the extra splurge. I am also a bit on the bias side that I am a YouTuber, so I could make a few videos on it and have been making videos on the PS5. And I just think it's nice. I like the idea of tech. I like the idea of having upgrades. And while at the end of the day, not everyone does need it, I have a little bit of disposable income. I do actually and have worked other jobs. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, not a full-time Twitch streamer. I do actually work a proper job as well as me doing this. It's all just for fun content. So I appreciate you as always for watching. But for me, I just have the money for it, so I don't mind. And of course, as well, you also can go and trade in your PlayStation 5, either at a GameStop or PlayStation directly, and go get a Pro for like 300 bucks. And at the end of the day, this economy is a little on the rougher side, but if you are a big gaming enthusiast, or you have the spare money to go throw it on in, or whatever it might be, you could probably go and swing that money if you are a big gaming enthusiast. So I just like the idea of tech. I like the vibe of it. But as well, I do also like the idea of the PSSR and the brand new ray tracing. Now, I do have a pretty nice PC. I have a 3080 Ti and a pretty nice CPU, all that good stuff. But I do like the overall optimizations and as well specific games such as PlayStation Studio games to give me a taste to have these specific special PlayStation games and have a chance to roll it on slightly better specs. Games like God of War or Spider-Man. While I did already go play through them, I don't mind playing through them again at some point and enjoying my casual playthrough on a slightly better spec. And as well, any future PlayStation game too as well, I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna like having a chance to go and see, let's say, a Venom game, Wolverine game, or any type of future PlayStation announced game on that slightly better and higher frame rate, resolution, or as well just a mixture of both. And on top of that, with better ray tracing, better shadows, better PSSR, and all that stuff thrown on in. That's the big thing for me. I like the idea of the improved specs, and I do have a pretty high standard because I do have a PC and I've always been a PC guy myself. I love PlayStation. I love the PlayStation console, so I'm happy with it. So number one, I like the internal upgrades. Better GPU is not the biggest game changer. Better CPU in terms of the overclocking, not the biggest game changer. Better even a bigger storage. Nice, but it's not a big game changer. But all that put together with ray tracing, the improvements with the AMD integrated AI technology, I think it's kind of cool. Like, I'm into it. I like it. Why not? And as well at the same time too, I just like having a chance to go and, as I mentioned, see these new things live and see these new changes and see where gaming itself is going. This is the next big quote unquote generational quote unquote leap when it comes to PS5 the Pro. So I'm kind of happy with it, but it's going to also make me kind of concerned to go and see where the PS5 Pro to PS6 is going to go, because it is going to be diminishing returns over time. But I do also, like I said, the idea of ray tracing and seeing what they're going to change up with ray tracing. Ray tracing is a somewhat general idea and concept. You can do ray tracing for various other features, lights, water effects, shadows, whatever. You can come up with a lot of different stuff. Be very curious to go and see what they have over there. Now as well, some of the bigger things out there too when it comes to the console itself is that it is going to be a 10-year supported at least PlayStation console. That's a big thing. We saw that from official PlayStation Sony executives. They made comments on that, and I already know that this console will be supported for the next generation. Look at how the PS4 Pro has been supported already, so I don't mind investing this extra money into a console that I think will be supported for a long period of time. I will most likely be buying a PS6 regardless, due to how I do my YouTube channel, if I am still making these types of videos a few years from now, but as well, also just because I just like the idea, once again, of tech. I'm a gamer at heart. I like streaming games, I like playing games, I like doing this stuff. I want to go do it. But on top of that too, as well, I don't know, like when it comes to consoles, when it comes to the experience of it, I like the hype, I like the FOMO, and that's just me being honest. Like, I also don't want people to only follow for the fear of missing out. I like it. I like when new stuff comes out. I like the Switch 2 news we're hearing stuff about. I like the probably next generation of Xbox when it does come on out. I like mobile games. I like stuff like the Steam Deck, because in my mind, I think it's overall very cool vibe. But as well, with all the better specs, the idea that I don't mind being an enthusiast, as well, I'm excited for all the old school games to revisit, as I kind of touched on before. We have a brand new feature that came out not too long ago that the PS4 itself will have brand new updated versions for games as well. Not to the same state of like a PS5 to PS5 Pro upgrade, but they will have better graphics, ideally because they're utilizing like PSSR, as well as also just better GPUs, etc. So better internal hardware, but as well also some of the games will be very easily ported over with like PSSR, etc. Like, I think at the end of the day, this is all good stuff that I personally like. And as well, there's a few other bigger things too when it comes to that same vein, where some of these games that are running well already have a chance to run even better. So that means having a chance to utilize my 144 hertz monitors, or if you have a 4K OLED TV, some games you may be able to go and finally go and take advantage of that stuff. You might finally be able to go and run some of these games at a way higher hertz, way higher frame rate to enjoy the overall gaming experience. Same thing too as well, slightly faster load times due to a better GPU, and as well, it's not going to be too much change up with the SSD, but it will be an overall better console. And it's not like the biggest, craziest thing. Like, I'm not paid by PlayStation to promote it, but once again, like, these are just nice, subtle bonuses. Like, a slightly better hard drive is not a big game changer, as I mentioned, but it is nice to have. It's nice to have this experience. It's a good vibe for it at the end of the day. I like it. And at the same time, too, there's better hardware. It's not the biggest game changer, but things like PSSR and ray tracing do make the game experiences better. And I am mostly a PC gamer. I mostly play games when I'm streaming on Twitch or whatever it might be, but I also wouldn't mind just having more of a casual gameplay experience. Some games like Final Fantasy VII, I'll be honest, I never had a chance to fully beat. So this is kind of giving me a chance now to return to all those games where I maybe got too busy for me to go return to. So say for the PS4 versions I just talked about, or as well PS5 versions that are getting their own individualized pro upgrades, this is something that I'm excited for. Like I said, I only got to like Chapter 6 in Final Fantasy VII on the remake. I loved it. I adored the game. Give me my Pro, I'll plug it in my TV, and late at night, I will be relaxing, playing it on the better graphics, because it's kind of giving me that incentivization to keep on enjoying games I already own. I already have a chance to go and buy. Well, I'm very hyped up for this too as well. And as I mentioned too, like, it's just nice. It's a nice thing to be having something to look forward to. I like this idea of technology. So having a chance to go test out PSSR, having a chance to go and see this ray tracing for the first time, like the updated ray tracing, it's making me excited. Like I kind of mentioned with the time before for like FOMO and all this, it's not the craziest biggest deal. My PC probably does run better than a PS5 Pro, but sometimes I just want to have that laid back, laying in my bed, laying on my couch experience and enjoying the console itself as a whole. And once again, this is also now the best generation for gaming. Like the PS5 Pro as of right now in comparison to the Xbox is technically better. So if I want to play any future game, like third-party game that sometimes do run better than PC, there's actually been quite a few games out there that will be more optimized and may not be 100% more better, but sometimes the optimization and the little specialty they put into it is nice to have on a PS5 Pro. So on top of that, all my PC games, not all of them will be running as perfectly on my PC. Sometimes they will be games I actually may prefer to go run on the PlayStation itself in my bed, relax, chilling with all the other various things I already mentioned. And that's also why I'm buying it, as it's just a bonus. It's all a special console. It's not a need, it's a want. And I just want to be able to go enjoy these slightly better specs and enjoy the better console than what I currently have right this second. Now, I'm not against trading in my PS5. I'm not against going and adjusting things at the end of the day, but I'm like it. Because don't forget too, there's also going to be potentially future games as as well as also potential future updates for a lot of big things when it comes to consoles itself as a whole. And that's one thing I kind of really like. So when it comes to all these consoles too, don't forget, as I mentioned with like Wolverine, I mentioned these other various games. For me, there is a potential for 2 years or 3 years down the road to have things like a brand new Hogwarts Legacy 2, have a brand new maybe God of War iteration, maybe Spider-Man 3. And all these games will most likely be specifically made for the Pro. Same things too with games like Wilds, things like GTA 6. Those games are definitely going to be running a lot better on the Pro, and some of those are going to be console exclusive games. So not only from PlayStation first party studios, such as like all the games I just mentioned, things like GTA 6, I want to play. Things like the next upcoming games like Wilds in the next few months, I want to play. And even my own PC did have optimization issues, and as I kind of boasted on my PC, that once again leads towards the fact that while older games might be also nicer, sometimes these newer games that are going to be specifically made for PlayStation or third party or consoles, etc., might also just be an overall better experience for all of us out there on our PS5 Pros. Let alone they might also have a chance to have things such as like maybe, I don't know, like maybe third party stuff. Maybe they have a chance to have weird things like PlayStation VR 2. Maybe there's a chance for them to work in other stuff. There's a lot of various things they can go and do with these consoles because we don't necessarily know. It's not out yet. So we'll have to see in the next 1 or 2 years to see what might be better. But right now, I just feel like it's a bonus console that I want. I don't need it, but I want it. I don't mind. I have the disposable income. I'm a content creator. And at the same exact time, I'm excited for it. It's fun to go and see all the brand new ray tracing, the PSSR, and kind of see where the console evolves over time. And of course, that evolution of over time where some of these games might be better makes me excited and it gets me kind of more ingrained on the PlayStation ecosystem because I want to see what PlayStation is going to try to go and impress me on. And while the PS5 baseline is going to be a perfectly good console, if you guys only buy your PS5, you don't have to go buy a Pro. Don't forget about that. You're still going to be happy with the PS5 either way, but like, I don't mind spending the extra $300 if you ever trade in your PS5 to get a Pro because I just think it's a fun bonus thing for me. So those are some of my kind of, I guess, initial thoughts. Just probably a lot more, but I want to hear why you guys maybe bought your PS5 Pro or maybe why you guys might not. It's okay no matter what you guys do. It doesn't change my opinion on you. I'm totally okay with it. Just, I guess, don't hate on me for my opinion, please. Thank you. And subscribe if you guys are new. Leave a like if you guys want to and you guys enjoyed. And also subscribe to the second channel, the Twitters and Twitch for the bonus giveaway entries. And of course, all of our affiliate links are linked down below in case you guys do want to pick up any consoles and such as well down below. We'll have a few more videos. I'm very excited for my PS5 Pro and I want to hopefully hear all your thoughts and comments and everything down below.